Hey friends, namaste. How many of you always think that I'm getting something which I don't want in my life? And how many of you heard this quote, you create your own reality? How it works? How do we really create our life? How many of you heard this sentence by Patriji that you create your own reality? So in PSSM, this is really very much famous thing that we are gods. We create our own reality. So today we have very beautiful lady Bindu from London. She has really beautiful heart and with a great mind. Binduji, welcome.
Namaste, Kavita ji. Thank
Na-
you. Pleasure is mine.
Namaste. Binduji, today's topic is really very much interesting. The art of conscious creation. How do we work on our consciousness? What is consciousness first?
Sure. Consciousness is a very complex topic. It's been studied by many philosophers, psychologists, and also even in neuroscience. So, in simple words, let me explain you in a more simplest way. Consciousness is nothing but your thoughts, feelings, emotions, your conscious and your subconscious belief systems is what consciousness is. It is very subjective to each and every individual because every person's thoughts and feelings are different to another person. So it is the consciousness that drives us.
Right. So, how do we create our reality and how consciousness is related with, our day-to-day life?
Yes. There's many philosophies, many scientists have worked on this. Let me give you one perception. So when we had the Big Bang, the very Big Bang, which we always talk about, and we all are part of that source. When the Big Bang took place, we all came from that source, right? So this is what that means is we all are interconnected in this universe. This is one philosophy talks about the interconnectedness. So now the source actually exists everywhere, and there is a divine intelligence. We call it the divine matrix that exists everywhere. It exists within you, outside of you, and it is everywhere in this universe. So this divine matrix is basically is actually a it's a bridge between your inner worlds and your outer worlds.
Mhm.
What that means is your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and your belief systems is actually reflected outside. So, this is where we normally hear your inner world creates your outer world, right? If you want to change your outer world, you go within. You don't go outside, but you go within and check what's your belief systems like? What are your thoughts? What are your emotions? And what are you thinking about all the time? This is what is actually creating a reality.
Okay. So, how it happens because sometimes people want something in their life, they are constantly thinking on that, and but in opposite, they are getting something else in their life.
Exactly. There's many facets to this, and I'm going to today talk about 7 steps or 7 ways how you can become a conscious creator. Although people think that they wanted something else in their life, but what is the belief system like? Say, for example, somebody wants to become a millionaire. A very random example. But then what are the belief systems like? There's so many fears that they're holding within themselves. So they need to let go of this fear. Even
Mhm.
if they want to become a millionaire, they could not even handle it because they might think, oh, what if I become a millionaire? There's a fear inside them, right? They don't want to be in the limelight. So that could be a belief system that they're carrying right from their young age. So, although consciously they want to become a millionaire, subconsciously there is a fear inside them because they might even think that, oh, people who have a lot of money are not good people. People who has a lot of money might not be serving the poor. These could be some belief systems, and all these belief systems has been created to us, or these are imbibed into us until the age of 7, according to Dr. Bruce Lipton. And this is what's creating these belief systems: the kind of environment you lived in, the kind of people you interact with, and your circumstances, your teachers. All these people contribute to you having those belief systems. So you need to go and look at your belief systems.
So before understanding the concept, how do we create our reality or how to be a conscious creator, I want to understand how do we really break this pattern or belief system which we are, coming from.
Yes, the first and foremost thing is awareness, understanding what is the beliefs that I'm holding right now. Right? Once you are actually aware of what belief systems you have, then it's all about changing those belief systems. Say, for example, if somebody is always, scared, he has a lot of fear. So then it is all about affirming, I'm fearless, right? Because it's, as you know, we all are powerful creators, we are powerful co-creators. You come to this earth planet for a human experience. We are nothing but a reflection of God, and we have the power to do anything and everything. But what is holding us back is these belief systems. So understanding where these belief systems are coming from and then
Mhm.
changing it through the affirmations and journaling, just trying to bring out what is that within you is actually stopping you.
Right. So that understanding and awareness which help you in the beginning, but how to be really conscious enough always 24 by 7, because when we are living in the same society and people or the society or the environment which always hitting us with thoughts, so how to be in that state always.
Absolutely. So again, awareness is the key for
Mm-hmm.
each and everything.
Mm-hmm.
According to science, we basically have an average person has 70 to 80,000 thoughts a day,
Right.
and out of which 90% of these thoughts are repetitive, self-sabotaging thoughts which does not add any meaning to our life. So because we're constantly thinking of the same thoughts, repetitive thoughts, we are into this loop. So thinking of the same thoughts brings the same events into our life, and then same circumstances again becomes a personality, and a personality becomes a personal reality. So you can see that there's a loop. We are
Right.
stuck into this loop. So it's all about breaking the habit of being yourself, and everything starts from a habit. Now it is time to check what is the habits I have.
So now let's go to the main subject. How do we create our conscious reality?
So before people talk about manifesting, right? They talk about they want to achieve a good job, say for example, or if they want to have a dream house. So these are some very random examples. Everyone needs a different and wants a different. But what we need to understand is how can we actually become a conscious creator, right? There's seven things that we need to look at. The first one is we need to understand that we are a mass of energy. We are nothing but, according to quantum physics, we are 99.999% energy and 0.0001% matter. That means we are nothing but energy and we are vibrating, right? And everything, people talk about law of attraction most of the time, but law of attraction is a secondary law. The primary law is law of vibration.
Mhm.
What are you vibrating at? So many times people think that, okay, I'm basically, although I want a very big job, but then if your beliefs or you have a very low self-esteem, you're not vibrating higher, right?
Right.
So one of the lack of self-worth is one of the lowest vibration you can be in. So this is something that we need to check. According to Dr. David Hawkins, he wrote a beautiful book, and in that book he talks about the law, the scale. It's a very good way to check what are your thoughts, where are you vibrating at. So the first one is understanding that we are nothing but energy, we are vibrating. So if somebody wants a very good job, for example, instead of trying, people think, oh, I'm going to work very hard, I'm going to work 10 hours a day or 15 hours or 20 hours a day, and then I'm going to get that job, whatever I want. But quantum physics is saying that, oh no, you're a mass of energy. So instead of what you're doing here is trying to put your hard work in, right? That means you're using your matter to achieve what you want. But because you're 99.999% energy, how about using your energy to create something? So what that means is you're shifting your focus and then using your mind to create what you want. So that's the first important thing. So using matter. So by working hard, you're trying to change matter to matter, which is only very little, right? But we need to use our energy to take quantum leaps in life. That's what we call it. So that's the first thing. Understanding that we are nothing but a mass of energy. And the second thing is understanding what is that negative habits do we have in our life, because it's all start with the habits. First thing in the morning, we wake up, we check our phones. That's a very common thing that many people does. When you look at the phone, what happens when you see somebody's post on Instagram or Facebook, and that is something, something that might not excite you, and you feel a bit of lack or jealous. What is happening to you? Vibrationally, you're down the vibrational scale, right? So there is a lack of self-worth because you don't have something the other person has that brings you down the vibrational scale, and you're vibrating at a very low frequency. So that's something. So when you vibrate at a very low frequency, you're going to bring in events into your life of the same nature. So that's again going down spiral, very important to check. So trying to avoid habits like checking your phone first thing in the morning,
So
very important.
what should we do instead of doing such things? What are the remedies?
Yeah, so one way to flip that is expressing gratitude.
Mhm.
Very first thing in the morning. As you wake up in the morning, first thing, just express gratitude. Just being grateful for your breath, because not everybody who goes to sleep the previous night wakes up in the morning, right?
Right.
Just being grateful for your breath, the first thing. And then just being grateful for your bed, um, because not everybody has shelter. If you were to start writing a gratitude journal, it doesn't even stop. Although we complain saying we don't have this, we don't have that, but if you put your focus into what you have instead of putting focus into what you don't have, the blessings are countless, right? So start expressing gratitude. That's the very first thing I would suggest anybody to do. And the second thing is, what is your self talk like? Because although you don't express everything, there is a constant chatter that's going on in your mind, right? Thinking that, oh, I should have done that, I'm not good, I'm not great, I'm not worthy, right? These are something like a constant chatter that keeps happening in your mind. So keep a note of that. So always keep thinking. Just put an alarm, and suddenly when the alarm rings, just bring your awareness to see what you're thinking. You will catch yourself what kind of thoughts you're thinking. So mostly we think about negative thoughts rather than thinking something very positive. So making sure that you're checking your thoughts all the time, and making sure that you're not having a battle in your mind by thinking that you're not good enough. Everything starts with be making sure that you're worthy of everything in life, because you're an abundant being. You're born that way. You're a reflection of the creator, so you have everything within you. So that's the second thing, very important to focus on.
Right. And moving ahead, what is the third point?
Yes, and then when we move ahead, trying to change your perceptions, right? So the perception of life is, when you have challenges. I mean, again, we all have come to this planet Earth for an experience, human experience, right? We will have challenges. There's nobody on this planet who does not have challenges. Everyone will have challenges at one phase or another phase in life. So when we have challenges, try to change your perception towards it, right?
Hmm.
Thinking of looking at that challenge instead of a problem, just think it's a challenge.
Challenge.
So now understand, what is this challenge trying to teach me, right? What am I going to become once I solve this challenge? So that means that you're stretching yourself, right? Stretching yourself as a human being, but we are not human beings, we are spirits. We have so much potential. You're trying to stretch your potential that you have. So just look at any challenge that you have in life right now. Say, for example, trying to find a better job, for example.
Mhm.
So what is that? That at that time you might see that as the biggest problem in life, right? You think that is so big. But then what if you have overcome that challenge? You can see your growth, right?
Right.
You have become better probably in going for an interview. You have developed better communication skills. You became better in your subject, whatever it is.
Mhm.
So you became better as a human being. So that is the thing. So look at the perception. Don't look at like a problem, but what is this trying to teach me? What is my self growth like? How did I evolve as a human being from this problem? So the universe is trying to teach me something better. So look at it that way. So when the universe is trying to teach something new, you have better opportunities coming your way. So that's just the thing. So it's something very important that we need to understand. So problems do come in life, but instead of looking at a problem, look at it as a challenge, right? So that helps you to change your perception.
Very beautiful. Like expanding ourselves. Yeah.
Expansion, absolutely. When you are in fear, you can feel in your body you're contract. Every cell in your body contracts. Whereas when you have expansion, or when you become fearless, you feel, when just have a thought of feeling abundant, that just gives you expansion, right? So changing your perception. And then moving ahead, the next thing that I want everyone to understand is everyone has different visions, right? But then before they have a vision, what is more important is clarity. The universe needs clarity because people think different things. They want this, at the same time they want something else. There's no clarity, right? It is so important for them to understand what is exactly that I want. So being very clear about their vision. Sometimes people want a very big house, but then they think, am I worthy of living in such a big house? Can you see the energy levels?
Yes.
Your energy about your dream is very big, but then if you look at the kind of energy you're putting out and over the vibration is very low because you're lacking worth there, self-worth. So it's contradictory. So it's very important that you have clarity. What exactly do you need in life? So when you have clarity, the universe is always conspiring to give you what you want. But then it is just that we don't show that clarity to the universe.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of give mixed messages.
Right.
So the universe is confused what to give you.
Yes, yes, because every day morning I want this, and then very next morning I want something else. We are confused in ourselves.
Yes.
So that is what we are, creating in our life too.
And again, one other thing is, see, if
Mm-hmm.
we want joy in life, we got to be joyful. If you want love, we need to first give out love. People want, for example, looking for a good partner, but then they're not giving out love. So how can you even attract a good partner or even a better relationship in your current relationship? If you don't give out love, how can you expect love, right? So you give out and you get back in manyfold, right? That's how the universe works. That's a law of the universe. It comes
Right.
back to you in manyfold. What you give comes back to you in manyfold. So it's important for us to be very conscious. What is that you're giving out? If you're emitting fear all the time,
Mm-hmm.
then you're going to, you know, by default attract events into your life that you are going to really struggle with. So it's important that we are very conscious of what is that is going on in our mind. So it's very important. So the next point is a frequency match.
Mm-hmm.
So now, just like I mentioned, that is the fifth point, that people, if you want something very big, you got to vibrate, you got to become that person. This is where we fail, right? People think that, okay, I want to become a millionaire, but if you're living in a lack mentality, you can never become a millionaire. So when you have a vision, you got to visualize it, envision it, see yourself like a million, act it, feel it, believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nothing will manifest. So it's important. You got to, every thought we are thinking, we are sending an electromagnetic signature into the universe.
Mm-hmm.
And this electromagnetic signature brings out events into life of the same frequency and the vibration. So now, if you want to be a millionaire, for example, you got to be that person. You got to raise your vibration, right? Very important. If you don't raise your vibration, you're never going to attract. And this is where the manifestation really fails. You got to become that abundant being. You got to feel yourself worthy. You got to feel that you are that person. So act it, feel it. That's when you become that person.
Through small small gestures, so we can feel it, and we can uh, send that frequency to the world.
So one of the metaphysical laws, they say that you try to. It doesn't matter who you are, what is your condition in your life. It doesn't matter if you
Mm-hmm.
have anything, if you don't have anything. It really doesn't matter. Your psychic vibrations really is what creating the reality. So they say that if you want to feel rich, if you want to feel abundant, when you walk on the road, looking at all the buildings, just feel this is mine. Who's stopping you? Nobody, right? And see your vibration. And they say that if you want to, a beautiful author called Anthony Noel,
Mm-hmm.
and he has written many metaphysics books on metaphysics. And one of the ways he says you can acquire prosperity is your psychic vibrations, right? So he says is go to museums and look at all these art pieces, galleries, and just feel that is yours. Feeling is the secret. And Noel Goddard, one of the beautiful author from 1920s, and
Mm-hmm.
he's a master in metaphysics. And he talks about, he's written many, many books. And one of the law of the universe, feeling is a secret. You got to feel it. If you want to become or if you want to attract something, you got to feel it. Feel as if you already possess it. That is the secret for manifesting.
Beautiful. So, as you said, that who's stopping you? That is very beautiful thing, because before thinking that patterns stop us, that I don't have anything, or whatever the negative emotions we create, we frequent in that level. So we need to raise our vibration. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And another law of the universe is imagination creates reality.
Mm-hmm.
And Neville Goddard, he's an author who written many books, and all his teachings are biblical. It comes from the Bible. And he says imagination is nothing but God. So you got to imagine, this is a beautiful gift that's given to human beings, and nobody has this gift. And who's stopping you from imagination? But the pity is in this day and age that because we are focusing mainly on the mainstream education, the children's imagination has been snatched away by parents and the teachers because they're very much focused on academics.
Right.
But the imagination is something that we need. How do you think the greatest inventions in the history took place? Isn't it wonderful that somebody wants to fly like a bird? That's when the aeroplane has been
Right.
invented. So we got to be very imaginative. So this is something that we all can do. If you want to become that person, you have the power to become anybody. It's just that imagination is what is lacking within us.
Right. And what is the next point?
So next thing is, although yes, imagination creates reality, feeling is the secret, but one important thing is action. You got to take action. If somebody is looking for a very good job, yes, you can do everything. Imagination, you can envision, but then you got to go and apply for a job, right? The job might not come to you directly, but you got to take action. This is where people fail. Even in many books, although they say that talk about energy, frequency, vibration, but then there is one thing that is missing is taking action. We can't just sit here and think that will happen. It will happen if you take action, right? So, we can't be a couch potato and just think, oh, yeah, that's going to happen. So, it's very important that we take action for whatever we really want to manifest. Yes, if you want a good house, you got to go out and go and look at few houses, right? That is action. So, action is definitely needed. So, that is one of the most important thing that people fail is taking the right action.
Right. And as you said, taking the right action, that is very much important, because in the flow, They, 24 by 7, they are working something, they are behind, they are running behind something, but the right action is missing.
Absolutely. Because universe is always conspiring to give what you want, right? But then without an action, nothing can happen. You got to take the action because we're so busy in this day and age that we don't have time. But if you want to create something, everything is possible. But there's some things that you need to do as well.
So for getting something, we don't need to lose anything actually, but we have to take action first.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. And losing something, I'll say the last point is basically letting go.
Hmm.
So when are you want to become a new version of yourself, that is expansion again. You are raising your frequency, you're raising your vibration. So what happens then? Anything of that lower frequency vibration will drop, right?
Right.
So now if you want to become that new person, and if you there's many friends that you might have who might not believe in this knowledge, they might not believe in law of attraction, and they might think you are a bit crazy. So now if you are again with among that set of friends, you cannot raise your vibration because the beliefs that they have, you're going to again imbibe those beliefs,
True.
right? It is so important to have a crowd or friends that who believes this information, right? That is why Patriji said, satsang, sajjana sangat, they people who believe in this information. So it's very important that you let go of those people. It could be your own relationships, it could be your friends, and ask the universe to, give you the best friends, which is useful for your soul growth. That's when you will start attracting people who believes in this information, who believes in soul evolution, and
Hmm.
that's when everything will start manifest.
Right. So as we manifest something, as we when we take a new birth, we need to break something old, and that is always painful sometimes. Not sometimes, always, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, who are not conscious enough, for them it's painful. How to work on those emotions first?
See, I think everything comes down to boils down to the same point. If you want to expand, there is something you got to let go, right? Let go and trust the process because the universe will never make a mistake. And obviously, if you are having an emotion, emotion is nothing but energy in motion. So you are again vibrating at a very low scale. So it's a choice again. Do you want to vibrate higher or do you want to vibrate lower?
Right. Beautiful, beautiful points, Binduji.
I think one formula for really creating a conscious life is basically having a vision,
Hmm.
taking an initiative. Like I said, you got to take action and having a belief in yourself, and then having a belief in the universe. So, belief is nothing but faith, having faith in your own self because you are a reflection of God. You have the power to do anything. And again, having the faith in the universe. And when you have all these vision, your initiative, your faith in your own self, faith in the universe, you will have the desired outcome.
Wonderful. So for each and everything, we need to be mindful enough while choosing something,
Yeah.
what we want.
Yes.
We need clarity in ourselves, and then ultimately action. And everything will be taken care by nature.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because the universe is there to give you what you want, or ask and it shall be given. This is what the beautiful quote.
Beautiful. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Binduji. And before closing, on this beautiful topic, I want you to give a small message to audience that how they should work on themselves.
Yes. I think the message to the audience is, whatever part of life you are, or whatever stage in life you are, you could be having the dark night, or you could be at any stage. If you're looking for self growth, just believe that you're a powerful creator and you have everything within you. So all it takes is just becoming conscious. And again, it is important that you really understand that, let go of the past. If you don't let go of the past, then you again are clinging on to the old emotions. So every day is a new day, every day is a new opportunity for you to become a better person and to become a conscious creator.
Thank you. Friends, so I hope you might have definitely watched the previous episode of Binduji on her life journey, how she transformed her life. So now this episode is really very much important and you must have learned a lot of things from here. So based upon this subject, we will have definitely good sessions with her in the form of episodes. So I request you, please watch her videos on PMC English channel. And Binduji, thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. And looking forward to have more episodes with you.
Thank you, Kavita ji. The pleasure is absolutely mine, and I look forward for the next sessions.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.